Hi, I wanted to have a quick chat about mum shit. Mum shit, not in the sense of I've got all this mum shit to do, as in washing, ironing, cleaning, cooking, all that jazz. But mum shit, in my view, is the shit we tell ourselves, the shit that constantly goes on in the head of a mum, the guilt, the comparison, the procrastination, the lack of time, lack of energy, the negative self-talk, and autopilot, living your life in zombie mode, the Groundhog Day. All of these things are interlinked. Every one of them has repercussions on one of the others. And, for example, you forget it's World Book Day, have to buy a last minute outfit that's not the outfit your kid wanted, too big, too small. We feel guilty. Oh, I'm such a bad mum. The negative talk starts. I'm such a bad mum. Why can't I be more organised? Why can't I be more efficient? Why can't I be better? You compare yourselves to the other mums. Oh, they did it. They're more organised. They're a better mum than I am, and that they've obviously got more time and energy to do these things. With the negative self-talk, you're constantly telling yourself you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you lack energy. Then you start procrastinating. You find anything to do other than try and resolve the issues you need to resolve. So you will lose yourself in silly games, in box sets on TV, anything that distracts your minds and takes you out of your world, out of your head. It is just all interlinked. And one of the worst repercussions of all of this is the fact that by letting the negative self-talk win, by letting the guilt and the comparison rule our lives, we end up living our lives in zombie mode, in autopilot. We're never really present. We're never really aware. And that is such a valuable skill to learn. It has made so much difference in my life, being conscious. I know it's a word that's used a lot in coaching, counselling, but being conscious and being aware of how you talk to yourself is such a huge thing. Like any kind of muscle memory, be it if you play an instrument or with, dancing, gymnastics or gym work, it is something that's learned and that's built over time, but you have to start small. You have to start with the baby steps. Stop yourself. Something I tell my kids quite a lot is, if you have a negative thought comes in your head, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, even with the comparison, so-and-so's better than me, they did it better, they're a better mum, they're a better friend, or with the guilt, I should be better, why can't I be more like that? And the song I always tell my kids to sing, in the head preferably, is Let It Go from Frozen, because you have just got to let that shit go. And that song's, obviously we've heard it loads, but it sticks in your head then, and your head is distracted with that song, because the song and it's a small price to pay for being aware of those negative thoughts. It makes such a huge difference. And it can make a dramatic difference in such a small time if you let it, and you open your mind to the possibility that you don't have to think the way you're thinking. You don't have to be negative with yourself all the time. You can't compare yourself to other people, because nobody else is you in your situation, with your family, with your life. You can't feel guilty for not being the perfect mum, because the perfect mum does not exist. And you're never going to have enough time and enough energy. That is never going to happen. But what you can do is be productive in the right way with the energy and the time you have, and not give yourself shit when you're not. Just try it. Let it go. Maybe another song, but just something else to distract your mind. So the minute that negative thought, regardless of what it's about, pops into your head, it disappears.